and then we're going to be in full organizational team.
Hi, it's wonderful to be here amongst all of you. So thank you so much for having me here.
Okay, hello everybody. I received a comment that we can slowly but steadily start, and to open up this this amazing, hopefully, event, I would like to introduce you Pavana Kiranmai Chapuri. I'm so sorry if I pronounced it with mistakes. The head learner centered innovation in Woxon University. Hello, Pavana.
Hi, thank you so much. Thank you for the introduction. And yes, I see certain members joining from Brazil as well. So good morning, afternoon, and evening for everyone I see in different time zones. I'm Pavna Kiranmai, Head Learner Center Innovation at Woxon University. I know for those from Woxon, they already know me. But for the competition wise, if you're aware, this competition is part of consortium of innovative universities, that cohort, that consortium, as one of the part of the initiative. And this is the second edition of this competition, which we've organized already in the month of May. And this is termed as COILaborate Across Borders. And this, in this competition, majorly we are covering international business as an important aspect, and based on which we will have the competition going forward. And through this competition, we aim to harness the critical thinking and problem solving abilities of the participants. So I will not be telling you how to embrace the spirit of teamwork, international, intercultural dialogue, or innovative thinking. That is for the students to explore. And I would just like to wish you all the good luck. Utilize this opportunity to show your creative side and give your best. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavana. We are soon to start, but before that, I would like to introduce to you the people who are going to listen to your presentation. We'll assess them using the criteria which you received quite recently. And I'll start with myself. My name is Daniel Murawski. I'm a senior lecturer in the University of West of Scotland. I'm also one of the authors of the case you're about to discuss and present. No pressure. I'm very excited to see what you have to propose and argue. Now, the next person I would like to introduce to you is Saptarishi Ghosh, an associate professor in strategy and entrepreneurship in Woxen University. Hi, Saptarishi.
Hi, Daniel. Hi, this is Saptarishi here. So I'm associate professor with Woxen University, and I'm super excited to be here. Looking forward to looking at all the participants in terms of how they place their arguments and how they defend their propositions. So all ears. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next is Konstantin Kuzov, head of digital marketing and a lecturer in IBS Moscow, RANEPA. Hi, Konstantin.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Daniel. Wish you good luck and wish you to have a good time.
Thank you, Konstantin. I also hope that it's going to be a good time. Last but not least, I'm not sure, though, that she managed to come from the very beginning, but she'll definitely be there during the judgment panel, is Anna Dragina, Global Sustainability Manager working for Vichy DMI in L'Oréal, Paris, France. She is also a graduate of IBS Moscow. She was my contact person for creating this case, so she knows everything from the inside, and currently she's working in the headquarters of L'Oréal, so she knows about the company more than any of us. Again, no pressure. She will join us very soon. Now, if it's okay with the organizers, can you please put the slide? And I will tell you the question, and I will tell you what you're going to do, how you're going to do that, and in what time frame, and what are the rules in general. Yes, so this is the question for the case. How could the company L'Oréal benefit from the lipstick effect during the COVID-19 crisis? And is it ethical for companies to rely on the benefits from this effect in times of crisis in general? Right, so the case is about sustainability and what's the role of pursuing sustainable practices when everything else falls apart in times of crisis, when there are factors you cannot control or predict. Even though the case is time-wise is in the pandemic era, which feels very long ago, but it was just there recently. We have crisis upon crisis in the various countries we live in of one nature or another. So the problem stays the same. What's the role of sustainable practices in periods where it seems to not be a priority? There's a question mark there. Now I'm taking this opportunity to introduce you, Anna, because I see she came. Hi, Anna.
Hi,
Yeah.
hi guys. Nice to see y'all.
Thank you for joining us from the very beginning. I'm introducing the criteria for evaluation. So what you're expected to do, you're going to work in teams. Hopefully the teams which you've been assigned to previously, you have the list. They all are in full membership, they're all online right now. If not, there might be some teams reallocation. So to ensure that every team has the same resources to work on the case. Don't worry, you're going to be assigned automatically to one of the several rooms. Right after this part of the presentation is over, you will be able to discuss everything you want to the case, prepare the presentation slides, and just share ideas for quite some period of time. If you don't remember our timing, please take a look at the program for today, but I believe you will have about an hour and a half for everything. So you will learn if you have new members once you are distributed into a negotiation room. So the criteria by which you're going to be judged are the following. First, depth of analysis. Were both parts of the question answered in full? Because yes, it looks like one question, but still it's a two-parter. One is dedicated to business, and in particular, how to solve a particular problem a person has. And the other part of it is the ethical implications, which might go beyond that time, that case, beyond even that country and that market. So it's an opportunity for you to discuss a phenomena of the lipstick effect in a broader context. Now, was the answer holistic or superficial? Were all possible aspects of the discussed situation mentioned? So those would be the criteria for the first part. Now, argumentation support. Were facts, numbers, and assumptions used throughout the presentation enough to base the answers? Was data from the case actively used? Were external sources used? That means that you are expected to use the numbers from the case, the appendices from the case. It's not just your impressions based on reading the case. It's your ability to be analytical, to work with available data and additional data, because you might have to Google something. You might have to relate what was with what is. Finally, presentation. Were the solution presented in a clear way? Was the oral presentation cohesive and well prepared? Did the visual presentation add to the value of the presentation in general? Now, you are expected to have at least one slide, preferably more, but it's up to you. You have to prepare an effective presentation so that we remember all of your points, we're able to follow your logic, and whatever we see on the screen should complement whatever you are saying. So it could be one presentation slide or a bunch of them. It's up to you. Now, we are expecting also for each team member to participate in the presentation. All of you have at least, come and say hello. So that we see you, so we know that you're active, that you were there. That is one of the criteria, which is called cohesive presentation. Right? We want you to be there, we want you to be complementary to each other and be on the same page. You would have 5 minutes for your presentation in total. If you're afraid there might be any technical problems, please try to solve them during the period you're working on the case. So you come in theory, if we keep the number of teams we had before, you would go one by one according to the list. If the teams change a little bit, we are reorganizing. The order of presentation is going to change a bit, but don't worry. Our organizer, which I forgot to introduce to you, I apologize for that. Our coordinator for today is Ivan Orlov. You'll be able to find him in the list of people. Ivan, say hello in the chat room if it's okay. So he is the person you approach to with any technical problems, any problems at all, he's there for you. So he's going to come to each of the rooms where you're going to be discussing the case and tell you the number of your presentation, the order of your presentation. So you know exactly when you are doing it. Now, this is what I wanted to share. Hopefully everything is as clear as possible. If not, please feel free to ask your questions in the chat. I will be answering them. If you want to raise them orally, please click on the raise hand icon. And if not, you will always be able to contact Ivan, who has a direct link to myself, other judges, and everyone. Yes. So that's it. Good luck. Have great conversations and see you soon. Yeah, Konstantin is back. That's good. I'm not sure whether everyone can hear me. Okay, so we'll do it the following way. We are going to start with the team whose room was room number 1. Please raise your hands using the icon above if you are from that team, so that we can see how many of you are there. Just press the hand icon if you are from room number 1. Is there no one from room number 1?
Honestly, for instance, I don't know what was number of our room.
Okay.
And I agree with Special, unfortunately.
That's absolutely fine. Okay, so let's do it another way. Who is ready to present first? Okay, so we'll do it a third way. I'm going to call out someone because the organizers are doing something else, obviously. Okay, I would like to hear the first team who is going to be Lev Fadeyev's team. Lev, are you here? Yes.
Yes, I'm here, and we are ready with Piotr. Piotr, can you translate your?
Well,
please?
okay. We can start now, but
Yes.
if you give just 2 more minutes, it will be perfect for us.
I'm sorry, you
if
don't
not,
have any more
that's fine.
minutes. Yes, please
Okay.
start. Thank you.
Okay. I'll share my screen. Okay. Sorry for the. Oh.
It's no problem. But,
Lev, could you start?
Yeah, perfect.
Dear colleagues, we were told that Lev is at first team, so just please note it.
Okay, okay. So we can start. Hello everyone, one more time. We are ready to present our answer on this case problem. So we would like to share with you our actions first. The first action is to stop importing cosmetics from abroad and creating local production of most demanded products. This is the way to reduce the logistic cost firstly, because as we know, during the pandemic, this is there were a lot of problems connected with closed borders and so on. And also it's very important, according to the local specific, it's very important to create the special attraction of these goods. Also, as we know, this action also support the effect on a long run, because as we know, according to the turbulence in the local market economy, I mean Russian market, yes, it's very important to think about long run. And the first decision here is that this action helps us to reduce the dependence on exchange rate of currencies. And of course, it gives the opportunity to be more flexible to Russian market using the region specific tool. And especially during the turbulence, it gives the company more opportunities. And as for the lipstick effect, of course, it can help us to substitute import during the crisis. And this is and at all the substitution of import is the main aspect of the local market, I mean Russian market. And as for the sustainability, it creates new jobs. This is the decision on this very important social responsibility, yes. Also, if we speak about the process of localization, it can reduce the emission from transportation, yes, because if you speak about the problems in the sphere of logistics, the emission on this process became less. So thank you for attention, and the next speaker can continue.
Okay, thank you guys. Liv, do you want to continue or should I take it up? Okay, perfect.
Okay, let me take it off.
Okay,
so our next action is focus on the cosmetics, like especially for face and hygiene products. I think that there's the obvious why, because during the pandemic, people did not have many reasons to go outside. However, they have a lot of video conferences via Zoom, via Teams, and like obviously the demand for cosmetics that will be seen on camera will be higher. Therefore, in a long run, this will help us to get the capital that we can invest to our next actions, which is I will start with reducing price on existing products, or at least keeping it the same. Because on opposite what the company had to do in previous crises, like increasing price, in a short run it will help company, but in the longer run the demand will decrease. But if we reduce this price, we will have more loyal customer base, because some customer will switch to L'Oreal products. Some customer will be just happy that they do not have to spend so much money on products that they feel that they really need. And this is important to do because it affects it follows our sustainability strategy. We understand that people have this need, and we do not try to exploit this need. We try to leave them as much money as possible for more important things. And so Prosper, you can continue with the cosmetics kits.
Okay, thank you so much, Liv. Please let me know if our 5 minutes is getting up. And also,
yeah, you're on the last minute.
Okay, we talked about since the scenario is COVID-19 and crisis, and based on the lipstick effect, the crisis causes women to want to look more attractive, and people that do the shopping are majorly women. So during the COVID-19, we need more of sanitary items. So we decided to have a kit that has both our facial cosmetics and the sanitary items together. So at the same time, women are able to purchase what makes them look attractive based on their psychological wants for the crisis, and also what the family also needs at that point of COVID-19 to be more sanitary. And at the same time, we plan to, since all the attention, people have time on their hand, the social media consumption is huge. Marketing will be focused on social media process, and also we plan to recruit social media influencers and other strategies. So talking about ethics, ethics is something that is something that is considered not acceptable in the society. So we don't think that is unethical, because the lipstick effect is based on the natural and instinctive demand of our item, our products based on the crisis. So we are not manipulating our consumers to want to buy our products, but rather the consumers have the natural need for our products, and at the same time we are just satisfying the needs of our consumers. We are not manipulating them. So it is, and in this strategy, we are actually plugging back the profit into giving free sanitary items accompanied with the cosmetics.
And last but not the least, all we want to stay connected with our consumers. Thank you.
Thank you. Your time is up. Now, I forgot to ask you to do that in advance, but please turn on your cameras when you are presenting, and also until the end, please. That's for everybody, so we can see your beautiful faces and understand who's talking to us. Now, dear judges, do you have any questions for the team?
So I have a question pertaining to the ethical aspect of business. So we have this understanding of how this particular practice is going to be ethical. I mean, when we are looking at a pandemic kind of a situation, and you are trying to push sale products which may or may not be a necessity, how ethical as a practice is that? So I don't see much about that being spoken. So if you can highlight about that a bit.
Okay, so the important thing is that with or without crisis, consumers will still purchase an item. The item is not out of the market. The item is still, okay, I'm going to on my camera. Okay, so the item is not out of the market. The item is still on the market. And with or without crisis, even it is mentioned in the case study that consumers will still buy. And it is not unethical, because at that point, we are actually giving free sanitary items, which is, if not the most desired item in the market during COVID-19. So we have things like tissues, we have sanitary pads, we have wet wipes and toothbrushes and all that. And these are things that we decided to bring into the L'Oreal brand. Most of them are not there, but we plan to create a new chain of products. And at the end, we serve our customers' needs, both at that time and based on the crisis, we keep our customers more sanitized. And in the long run, even after the COVID-19, it would be a good line of products for sale.
Can I ask then a question? So do you consider that you will be producing those products or not? Yes or no?
So it depends on the chain of production. Like L'Oreal already has soaps, and most of our soaps there are sanitary items, and L'Oreal has tissues, so we'll probably not be producing things like that. But when it comes to hand sanitizers and some other products that we plan to produce and we don't have, we can have brand partnerships with already existing companies, which also have everyone now. If we can produce them, we would. But if we cannot, we can have brand partnerships, and in the long run, also keeps us afloat.
Thank you, Team One. We are out of time for questions, and I can ask you to please stay with us until the end with your beautiful faces on cameras. And now we are going to move to team number 2. I believe you should know who you are. Wati.
Yes.
Yes. Great, it's your turn. You do know you're muted, right?
Yes, I'm trying to share the screen.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Sorry, I have to click on window. Oh, it needs permission. Wait, I will send my slides to my partner and then he will share the screen. Wait.
Is everything okay?
You're muted. It's okay. Wait, can you wait for like a minute?
Let's move to team 3 and then come back to you, okay? Then team 3 is, I think, Alolika, Joan, Rishab, Suthar, and Tanya, if I'm not mistaken. Are you here? Team 3?
Yes, we are here.
Amazing. So now it's your turn.
Hi, good evening, judges. I'll just share my screen. So judges, is my screen visible?
It's black.
Not yet. Can you redo it, please?
Maybe you need
I'll
to
just-
move between slides or something, and it will work. Just a black screen.
Yeah, just a second. It's showing as it's presenting. Can anyone else from my team present? They are-
Give me a minute, I'll present.
Yeah.
Perfect, we see it.
Amazing. You can start. Your time starts now.
So yeah, I'll just go with the introduction. As you can see that the L'Oreal brand is given to us. So we will talk about how the lipstick effect in the pandemic, like what is meant by lipstick effect, how did it affect the L'Oreal during the COVID, and is it ethical for a business or not? Can we go to the next slide, please? So yeah, the lipstick effect, I would say that it is like when consumers when there's an economic crisis and then consumers will be like willing to buy more for the luxury goods. That what is goes with the lipstick effect. And
Should I take over?
yeah, sure.
Okay, so basically lipstick effect is about how during a crisis, people don't want to spend on goods which are of a higher lux. Basically, for example, cars, apartments as such, and they go for smaller luxury items, in which this is a perfect example, lipsticks. There are other examples like self-care products, sanitary products, which help them, feel better about themselves, like in the psychological sense of it. So in this, L'Oreal is a brand which, of course, sells makeup, so that's beneficial. So this slide, can you guys see this L'Oreal during COVID?
Yep.
Okay, so this is just like a graphical representation of the share of sales. I have to specify that this is for online sales, which I think they greatly increased during the COVID time, and they made it super accessible for everyone. So these small luxury items were like you were able to purchase them based on an impulse. So it made it easier for them to be accessible to all the people. In fact, even the CEO of L'Oreal, Jean-Paul Agon, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it properly, has stated and talked about the lipstick effect himself in an interview. About, like I've written, it's the famous lipstick effect. Sometimes when people spend less on expensive items like car or apartments, they have more available income and like to indulge themselves with beautiful products. And he says that it could be positive for L'Oreal themselves. Then a little bit about the sales. They made a net profit of 2.6 billion euros in the first 6 months of 2021, and they even increased their sales from pre-COVID times. Now we have to talk about if this is ethical or not. While, of course, I think one of the judges has made the point that is it ethical really to be, selling these products, taking advantage of people at a time like this? Well, I think it's more, of course, it's a personal one, answer at that, but it can depend from person to person. But as such, it's not a need. It is more of a want. And if a person wants to buy something to make themselves feel better about themselves, of course, that is completely ethical. There is no question about that. And the brand is just selling the products, the buyers themselves, they're not forcing it onto the buyers. Of course, it is beneficial to the brand if, there is this lipstick effect in place, but the buyers themselves are purchasing it, for example, during a crisis. People are like, for example, COVID, people were in lockdown. They were, locked in their own homes. They had social media to go to, and that's all they had. So they want to feel better about themselves. In such places, small luxury items are more beneficial, since they weren't exactly buying cars because there were no cars on the road. So in their own homes, in their own spaces, something they could buy to make their own space and themselves feel better. I think that's it. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so there were only 2 presenters, but that's fine. Now, I think the first question would be from me then, if nobody minds. So, one of the tasks was to determine the place of the lipstick effect in the situation the company found themselves during COVID-19. So, what is the place of the benefits, like the role, the extent of the lipstick effects, potential benefits in relation to everything else they could do at the time? Is that even important? Is it big? Is it small? So what is your take on that?
I'm sorry, you want to know how the lipstick effect affects the market of the product for that company, or?
Yeah, you were in the task to determine whether the lipstick effect will bring any benefits, right? And whether it's ethical to use those benefits. So the question is, are those benefits big enough to even consider and think about the lipstick effect? Is it worth relying on when planning, strategizing, and thinking about how to get out of the crisis?
Okay, for L'Oreal in particular, I did mention about how the CEO himself said it would be beneficial to them, because there is an effect during crisis. You can see like people do not usually buy things, and of course that reduces sales for a lot of companies. But the companies that sell these small luxury products, they have a constant supply demand, they have a constant demand for it. And if that demand drops, of course their sales can significantly drop. And so it does have a great impact on the sales and the company itself. Because if the lipstick effect, say it did not exist, say people did not want to buy those small products, then you would not even see that little bit of a shopping increase for L'Oreal itself. Like nobody would be buying their products then during that time.
Okay,
so it does
thank you.
Just to add to Tanya there, I think if in the economic crisis and like COVID pandemic, where people are not spending money, it's better to have a small basket than no basket at all, to put it in simple terms. So I think L'Oreal, the benefits is good, because people spending a little bit of money is better than people spending no money at all and having no revenue, having no supply chain running, and that type of thing.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay, I guess the presentation was quite comprehensive and your position was clear. So we don't have any more questions to your team. Thank you, Team 3. And now we are going to move to, to Team 2. Again, hopefully successful this time.
Yes. Can you see the screen now? Okay, so I will present that slides.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Is everything okay? Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Islam.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get straight to it. So the first question was, is the lipstick effect effective in the situations? So we kind of try to think of situations where this could be effective. So first of all, I would say whether you strategize or not, like everyone has this instinct in themselves that they want to buy something, and that's where the lipstick effects comes in. Like even because in the case we read about like 2008 recession, and even though the situation was bad, we have seen like the sales in L'Oreal's increased. So based on that, we kind of predicted that the same thing would happen in COVID situation too. But there has to be some kind of changes in L'Oreal, I would say. So first of all, I would say, imagine L'Oreal sells shampoos or any other kind of products. So they sell a product which is like 500 ml of shampoo or something. So we try to think of if L'Oreal sells the same kind of things, but in a small proportion. So it can be a 100 ml bottle or a very small bottle that would like last maximum 1 month or 2 months. They can make a product which is subscription based. So every time it runs out, they're going to send it to the customers. So it's like as the COVID situation comes in, people won't be able to go out. The shops would be closed. And that's how like the service situation comes in, and people get their products just by their door. And as it's a time of crisis, you can't really sell you can't really sell luxury products. That would be a bit hard. So out of all the categories we saw of L'Oreal, we tried to focus on, in the case there was this one category we saw that focus on the consumer products such as L'Oreal Paris, Maybelline, and NYX. We try to think of those products because there's always a demand for the mass products. Like the consumer goods, people always buy them. So we try to focus on that. So we thought of like if L'Oreal sells products which are smaller in quantity. So the thing is, it wouldn't break the bank. So before, maybe you used to buy one product for $20. Now people are gonna buy the same thing, but in a small proportion. So it's like $5 or something like that. So at the end of the day, they used to buy it for 3 months, but now they're gonna buy it for 1 month. So as they have insufficient amount of budget, so they're buying products in small quantities. And the thing is, every month, as it's a subscription-based product, or if it doesn't have to be a subscription, as it's a small product, people are gonna order it more. And that's how the first thing that we mentioned is the market share, because before the strategy was like people used to buy like 100. Let's imagine we had 100 customers who were buying like our $20 products, but now we're reducing the quantity and we are also reducing the price. So that's how our focus is to sell more products. Like we're gonna sell 400 products, but to a lot more people than we used to before. So that's how, even in times of crisis, I think this lipstick effect can come in, because that's how we're gonna reach out to more more customers, and we would have a bigger customer base than we had before. So that's how we're gonna increase our market share as well as our sales. Because before what we sold was good, but now as we are focusing on the crisis situation, and there are a lot of people who can use this, because as the lipstick effect says, in this kind of situations, you don't really buy luxury products. You try to buy products which are lower in price. So if L'Oreal changes their strategy a bit and they produce products which are for smaller prices, but it's the same thing, just in a different packaging, just in a different pricing strategy, we are gonna have a lot more customers. And also, we think in this way we would have a lot more customer retention, because even in this kind of situations, we would have customers which are gonna stick through us later too. Because if we think of it long term, like luxury products or the products that we use in our daily lives, once we get attached to one product or we are habituated with one product, it gets into our life cycle and we don't really get rid of it. So if we gain new customers along with the customers that we had before, even after COVID situation, if it goes away, we're gonna have those customers. So that's why we think it would be a good idea if we do that. And if it comes to, can you go to the next slide? Yeah. And the next question, which was like, is it ethical or to rely on the benefits of this? I think it depends on how the company deals with the situation, because and especially in COVID situation, the safety and the health issues matter a lot. So I think in our production or in the marketing campaigns, if L'Oreal is more transparent, if they make sure because in the situations people get really concerned about their money, where they're spending it. They don't want to spend money somewhere where they don't get the value. So if L'Oreal promotes their product in such a way where it shows what people are buying, they're getting their maximum value out of it, that it's safe, it's not going to cause them any damage, it's going to be beneficial to their life. So I think that in that way, it would not really raise a question that if it's ethical or not, because we are not trying to manipulate the customers. We're trying to show the customers how we're doing it, and we're trying to sell them in that way. And in the case, there was also mentioned like L'Oreal has a lot of programs are in plan, especially in sustainability. So I think in the situation, all of the sustainability goals can be reached because we are facing financial crisis here. So I think, but one thing that we can do, there was one part called living sustainability, and in that there was one point where they mentioned that they want to increase the safety of their employees. So we thought about if we try to sell products within the help of this effect, we want to make sure that the customer thinks we are doing a lot for the society. So we're giving back to the society. So one of the first things that we thought of, it's like, first of all, rather than going to the customers.
I'm sorry, Islam, you're out of time. Already a couple of minutes over, but thank you for the presentation. I think we would have some questions. Anna contacted me, said that if she doesn't answer, it means that someone from work is distracting her, so that's absolutely fine. She's with us, she's listening. Now, any questions, judges?
I have one. Guys, please tell me if what should a company do to handle these crises in the future? So is it reasonable to make some actions, to take some actions in order to be ready to further crises like this that cause this lipstick effect?
Like, I didn't get your question.
So the question is, what should company do in order to handle next crises that might be like in
okay.
few years later?
So
yes.
I feel like there's not really a definitive answer for this, because you don't really know what you would come up with. But I think if, as a company, you try to think, if you want to predict what can come next, is for me, I think the best idea would be to make your products more viable in the future. So it's not something like you use it and it's gone. And as a company, in this area, I would say it's more important to have loyal customers, because even if there's a situation like whatever crisis you might face, so that like imagine like there's a COVID situation and someone wants like shampoo or something. So the first name that should come up to your mind is L'Oreal. And how you would do that is like through how you gave them service or how your products were. So it's more important to focus on the quality and the relationship with your customers, I think, in the situations.
Thank you. Thank you for the answer. Do you have any other questions? Because if not, I think we're safe to actually go to the other team. Thank you, team number 2. And last but not least is team number 4. You know who you are.
Yes, thank you so much for giving us the floor to present. My partner Lillian will share her screen. And basically, on the first half of the presentation, I will state what happened before, and my partner Alexander will state what they should do depending on the things that happened before. Okay, so let's start this presentation. The first slide will, yes, as we can see that L'Oreal actually faced a crisis in 2008 and 2009. So the crisis was the Russian economy faced an inflation. Because the Russian economy was facing an inflation, they decided that they will increase the product prices on average by 20 to 25%. They did that because they didn't want to pursue competition benchmark or rely on the industry. They thought that eventually the ruble price will not recover, and having a higher percentage of higher percentage of product price will give them a long-term revenue. But that didn't happen. Eventually in 2010, the ruble price was recovered again, and that is when their sale was dropped. And this is basically what happened in 2010 crisis. Because there was too much increase of price, they lost their market. Moving on, we can see that they took lesson from the 2008 and 2009 crisis, and they implemented their better ideas in this situation. When they saw that they're facing when they saw that they were facing a crisis in the market, they decided to increase their price. But this time they made sure they're not putting a lot of percentages, but only 12 to 14%, which was good enough for the regular market to afford the products. On the other hand, their competition decided to increase the price by 25 to 38%. Because of that, the customer started to use L'Oreal products as substitute products. When the L'Oreal company saw that, okay, there's a market increase from their side, they took a little bit of risk, and they decided to introduce 2 more new products, which was the 6-oil shampoo and the black opium perfume. Although it was a very risky decision, in 2019, these 2 products ended up giving them 3 times more revenue than all the other products. And that is when in the Russian market, they were in the best-selling market. So by using these 2 lessons, they decided they should be moving forward with the COVID-19 crisis. And Alexander will proceed now.
Yeah, thank you. So we come to the next slide. And now, what should we say first? According to the crisis management during 2014 and 2015, it was right. The steps that the company management made use of were right, and it helped them to become #1 company in the Russian cosmetic market in 2019. So what should the company do during the crisis, during the COVID-19? What should it have done according to our team's view? First of all, it should have introduced minimal price increase. So according to what have happened during the 2014 and 2015, it was the most right idea just to increase the prices by 12 and 14%, but no more, just in order to maintain the same number of buyers in the market, and maybe to attract the other clients in the market, because usually cosmetic companies tend to increase their prices a lot during the crises, and it could have helped the L'Oreal company to maintain top 1 in the market. Also, it should have introduced a new product line. Relying on the lipstick effect, we should mention that more people that are put under the COVID-19 pressure, under the pressure of the pandemic, would have a desire to buy a new product just to treat themselves. And relying on the fact that lipstick effect means the increase of the sales of cosmetics, it also would help to maintain a positive revenue of the company. And also, the production of the sanitizer should be implemented. However, according to the United Nations Sustainable Development Program, some percentage of the produced sanitizers should be given away as social aid and charity. And also, in order to cut the losses and at the same time continue investments, there should be investments made in the e-commerce. And according to the statistics and according to the data from the case, one of the target audience of the L'Oreal company are the youngsters and young people and young women. So they are really so they can easily acquire, they can easily make use of the e-commerce. They can purchase something online, and that's why the company should invest in the e-commerce. Invest in the e-commerce and maybe attract some investments in the shares of the company. And proceeding to the next slide, we should mention the ethical issue. And from our point of view, it's absolutely ethical to take advantage of the situation during the crisis, because it leads to the increase of the revenue of the company, or at least it stays stable. And if the total revenue of the company remains stable, it means that the wages would not decrease, and the top management and all the workers of the company will get as much as they used to. And that means, from the large point of view, the aggregate demand in the economy will be maintained, and in the long run, it will stabilize the economy. So our team's point of view is that relying on the basic principles of market economy can help to stabilize the economy in the long run. And it's much better to take advantage of the situation, so to continue flowing money into the market and making people employed, rather than not taking an advantage of the situation and keep people unemployed and destroying the national economy. Thank you.
Thank you. Very, very clear. Your point was. Colleagues, any questions? There were some suggestions as to what L'Oreal should do. Anna, are you with us? Can you talk? Can you comment on whether those are possible?
Saida, my question to you and Alexander would be, especially when we have the various platforms like Zoom and other platforms wherein all the meetings and discussions were on, what role would L'Oreal play in terms of propelling the sale of cosmetics? Because people need to look good, people need to be presentable for those meetings. Even if the physical meetings were not happening, everything went online and it was FaceTime. So what role would that play in terms of propelling the sales of L'Oreal? Did you look into that aspect?
Yes, I wanted to mention this in our second slide, that yes, there's a crisis happening. People are not being able to go outside or anything, but at the same time, this is what the lipstick effect tells us, that when there's a crisis happening, the women get the desire to appear more attractive. So they want to do that, but at the same time, they cannot do it with the products that was very expensive during the COVID-19, because we know that there were everything was raising up. And since L'Oreal will be able to offer a minimum increase, women can easily reach out to L'Oreal and buy their products. And yes, they will feel nice as well. And we can easily say that if the woman can get reach of those products in a affordable price, they will use it and they will definitely feel better. I think this is something our previous team mentioned, that they should produce smaller products, but I think that they can do it with the regular size product as well, because the customer will see that all the other products are very expensive. So They really don't need to produce smaller products. They can do it with the regular products and they will still have the market. So yes, I think the lipstick effect is very reliable in here.
Thank you for the answer.
I hope I was able to answer it properly.
Well, you will know based on the results after our deliberation with the judges. So what's going to happen next? Because I believe we only had 4 teams, so we are done with the presentations. We are going to have a small break of 7, maximum 10 minutes for the judges to discuss who would be the winner, who's going to be the runner-up for this competition. Afterwards, we'll come back and give you some feedback, announce the winners, announce the runner-ups, and then even before that, I would ask everybody to be here, and we make a group photo of everybody sitting in a nice theater room. So you would have 7 minutes to do a hairdo or whatever. Just kidding. And then Pavana will come back and tell some final remarks about what the winners will receive and general expectations. Okay, so now there's going to be a break, 7 to 10 minutes while we deliberate. Please come back in about 7 minutes. Okay? Great. So Alexei will now Okay, so we are actually back with some decisions. We promised 7 minutes, so I think we have like 2 minutes before everybody else is back. While they are coming back, I propose to do a group for the picture to commemorate this moment. And after that, we're going to announce the winners, the runner-ups, and finish up the event. So in terms of view, I think together mode. Which one do you like? This one, or there is also with the black chairs, this one? I think the white one was more bright. Okay. And I don't know how to change it back. So apparently we're gonna be in this mode. Okay. So we are waiting for everybody to come back. Alexei, Konstantin, if you are able to change it to the white chairs, that would be amazing, because this look a bit too serious.
I can't, sorry.
Okay, I think I'll be able to together mode. Or no. Well, while everybody gathers, maybe we'll figure it out. Alexei, if you're listening, could you change it to black chairs version?
I cannot. Sorry.
Okay, I'll make another attempt. View, more options. Oh, that's fine. We're gonna be on black chairs. They look more comfy actually than the white ones. Okay, we see several teams. Okay, Piotr is coming as well.
Give me a high five.
I can pet you.
No, not this way. Yeah.
Zemfira, Alexei, Ivan, where are you? We want to see your beautiful faces as well. The organizer teams. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Oh, Zemfira.
Hi, everybody. Ekaterina, Nelly, if you're also here, everybody, would be great to see you. So I think that most of us are here, right? To be able to be present, please turn on the camera. Anya, you're here. Did you hide from us? Anya, where are you? Okay, let me ask her to join in. I do love this mode when I give lectures online. Okay, I think she's coming. Yeah, she used the wrong link. She's gonna come. We can announce the winners without her anyways. Here you are. Hi.
Yay.
Okay. On the count of 3, I don't know, wave or something. So it's good. So I hope everybody's ready. 1, 2, 3. Hi. Great. So on that positive note, someone is being loud. I'm gonna mute. Yeah, I muted you, sorry. thank you for your presentations. We deliberated for some time in order to understand who is, whether we have a clear winner or not. In general, you did the assignment, right? There were two parts of the questions. You targeted both the lipstick effect. All of the teams showed understanding of what it was about and showcased an understanding what it was in the context of crisis. So first, I would like Konstantin to announce the runner-up, right? The second place for this competition.
Well, guys, the team that runner-up, team of these guys who were really close to be the first, but still at the good position. Place number 2 is team number 3, Tanya, Rishabh, Jonathan, and company. So congratulations, you were really good.
Yes, great. Thank you, Konstantin. And to announce the winner team is, I'm going to ask Anna Dragina. L'Oreal, please announce the winner of the L'Oreal case.
Yes, and the guys who actually really surprised us in a good way and showed some great skills and ability to gain insights from the data that they were shown are Team 4, which is Draga, Lilian, and Alexander.
Great, thank you. We really enjoyed your presentation. It was very clear, very well structured. It might not have possessed some of the positive qualities of other presentations we see today, but it was very logical, structured. You used data very well. And you targeted the questions very directly in a very professional setting, professional way. Saptarishi, I know you had some comments also to share. I think you're muted. You're muted. I'm sorry.
You mean our comments or?
Oh, no. The fourth judge, Saptarishi. Hi, you're still muted. Okay, so I think there are some problems.
Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, so it was a group effort. It was wonderfully portrayed by all the members. They had equal participation and they understood and collaborated seamlessly. So that's a killer team.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I agree totally. Now I would like to give final word to the organizers of this conference. Panama, please.
Yeah, so the presentations were really great. I personally liked Team 4's as well. And congratulations to Team 4 and Team 3. Though the others, I wouldn't mind, be it first position or the last position, doesn't matter here. We are only looking at the experience, what you're getting to the plate and all. Apart from that, I would say thank you, judges, and thank you for taking your time and then being here. And also, when it comes to prize money, I would have to tell you about that. So we will definitely mail you about it shortly after, maybe after in a couple of days, I would say. And regarding the certificates, you will be getting over email, and there will be a OneDrive link that attached to it, that email, and you will be able to download those certificates online itself. And that is it. I would say congratulations to all, in fact, not only Team 4 and Team 3, but for all. It's a good learning experience. I would suggest that you keep participating, and we will organize many more like this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And as a final note, ta-da, I figured out how to do that.
Magic.
Yes, there was a button in the end called change scene, so that we know. Thank you, everybody. I think that's
crossing the borders. Wow.
Okay, that's very sinister. I think at some point a link for, not a link, an email of Zemfira is going to come in the chat so that you would be able to send your presentations to her just for us to keep them all together. And I know that Anna wanted to look at some of the presentation closer, maybe to get some inspiration for business. Yes. So thank you again. And that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, you guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Pleasure
Cheers,
to
bye.
listen to
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.